Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We were told in the ninth dharana, Shikipakshaihi Vichitra Rupaihi Mandalaihi Shunya Panchakam Dhyayataha. Dhyayataha means keep your awareness on this, where objects are many, the corresponding sense organ is one. So give up the specialities, come to the non-special source. In this manner, in the 10th dharana it is said, idrishena, like this. Kramena yatra kutrapi chintana shunye kudde pare patre swayam leena varaprada. Now once you have practiced this, that we have to give up anything which is special and come to the source which is undivided being. Now for that, what is to be done? So here is a technique. Kramena, systematically, yatra kutrapi chintana, wherever you are, what is to be done? Shunye. Shunye is total absence. So make absence as an object of your experience. Absence being uncreated, unmodifying and unending. See? Now where is that? One or two examples you take. This is how the process of learning helps us. How I have practiced it in one place, I'll tell you. In Bhavnagar, I was invited to give a talk in some ashram. So I went there and they told me Swamiji will start at 5 o'clock. So like a fool, I reached at 5 o'clock. And then there were hardly 4 or 5 people. I said, okay, let's start. But Swamiji, I said, doesn't matter. When you 10 are there, it makes no difference. Nobody is there, it makes no difference. I keep on talking like a pagal. No, actually, we have announced the lecture will be at 6 o'clock. We called you at 5 o'clock so that we can spend more time with you. Aha, very smart. Then I asked, hey, who is that Honda car? Mine. I said, I want to see one particular thing. The same model I was interested. We got up. I said, take your key. Got inside. I said, start the car. I said, drive out. And I said, take me to some nearby temple. And there was some small hillock. We went there. He said, Swamiji, for here what? I said, we'll reach the ashram at 6 o'clock. See? They think they are really smart. So, when I went in my evening time, sun was on my back, in front Lord Shiva, Shivalinga. So when I was standing there doing Namaskar, my shadow landed on the Shivalinga. Will I feel how lucky the shadow is? I am outside only. No. After that, darshan was over, went out just to spend some time in the compound. And there was one place I was standing and big stone was there. So from somewhere, God sent, one dog came. And after the dog comes, what they do? First Atma Pradakshina. Then Sashtanga Dandavat. And thereafter, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate. He did. And that happened to fall on my shadow. Oh God, will it ever happen? Because although I am experiencing that shadow, I know it is just an illusion. So, when we look at the world as totally absent doesn't mean you don't perceive. This is the third understanding. One is Sat, existence. Second is non-existence. And third is, although not present, yet it appears. See? So, here is the technique. Idrushena kramena yatra kutra vichintana shunne kudde. Kudde means not a Punjabi kudi. Kudde means a wall. So, let there be a blank wall and look at it and just no comment, no interaction, no nothing. When this happens, be attentive. Our mind becomes exactly like that of a mirror. Everything is reflected, everything is experienced. But nothing ever influences after the perception. Whether with the open eyes or closed eyes. Shunne kudde. Or else sit in your room quiet, switch off everything, complete darkness, keep the eyes open and try to understand what experience you are going through. You will come to discover, because your eyes are open, seeing is happening, but because there is nothing to see, eyes cannot see darkness. Because there is nothing to see, and therefore seer is not born. So what is the complete condition? Seeing without the seer and the seen. Undivided knowledge. Our knowledge is divided. I am the knower, something is known. This is the technique here. Shunne kude pare patre. Pare patre means if you are not able to do this thing, then find out some altar, someone whom you respect and revere. So when you take any god, Krishna, Rama, Govinda, anybody, or whatever you are naturally inclined to, keep that Lord in front of you, look at it, and slowly the eyes become still. No efforts are involved. So, Shunye Kudde Pare Patre, Swayam Leena Varaprada. And the blessing is that the vritti, the thought, dissolves completely, goes back to the source, the consciousness. I tell you an example. If you take a piece of ice and put it in a bucket full of water and simply watch, slowly the ice cube will start dissolving without making any noise. Slowly it goes down. And after it is dissolved, the same ice cube doesn't come out. Exactly the same way. When we are practicing this consciously. The one who sat for meditation, husband, wife, brother, father, and after your practice is over, who comes out is not a mother, father, brother, husband, but a person at peace. But normally it happens the other way around. Because inside there was volcano. Constantly from meditation खत्म होने से दिखाता हूँ. See friends, relax. This experience of yours is natural to us. You are not doing anything. Nothing is happening to you. You cannot put it in words exactly what this experience is like. And the best part is, this is not an achievement. Therefore, there is no fear of failure. But when we understand meditation means concentration, intensity, then we are caught up in the mind. Meditation is trans-mind experience. Trans-mind experience is like what? The water is trans-ocean waves. At the same time, the water is immanent in ocean and waves. So when a wave comes to discover that it is water, it will never come to know that it is ocean. In the same manner, when we come to discover, we don't become God. God is nothing but a totality. We go beyond the cause and effect. So when the wave comes to discover that she is water, is it a gain or is it a loss? It is a loss of wrong notions and gain of nothing. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is not a gainful affair, but an affair of giving up everything. And are we not doing the same thing? What is the process of sleep? Nothing but give up, give up, give up. And we come to a point, that which cannot be given up, aheyam, you cannot give up yourself. Giving up ourselves means we experience our absence. This can never happen. So we come to the experience without the birth of an experiencer. In Yoga Shastra, this is said in terms of Triputi Kshidatameti Brahma Nirvana Mruchati. The Triputi, the knower, knowledge and the known, Kshidatameti dissolves. See friends, this is how Shudne Kudde Pare Leena Patre Leena Varaprada. In the next Dharana, 11th one, Kapalantarmanonyasya Tishtan Militalochanaha Kramena Manaso Dardhya Lakshaye Lakshamuttamam. And this is the most common thing people do. Kapalantarmanonyasya Tishtan Militalochanaha. Militalochana means by closed eyes. If we close our eyes properly, there will be no pressure on the eyeballs. A soft closure of the eyelids, no pressure. Second thing, we are not trying to see anything. If you try to see something, you are creating the mind. Then, what is to be done of the mind? Kapala antar manonyasya. Bring your mind within your cranium. Kapala is the forehead or inside the cranium. Now, when this is done without proper understanding, what happens? See, if you take any cloth and if there is a loose thread from one side and the other side of the thread is still holding on to the cloth, it is not cut. And if you pull it forcibly, what will happen? That area where the thread is, there will be accumulation on the cloth. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, without giving up the body identification, when we are pulling our mind into the head, so slowly, like the example, the prana or the mind is pulled up and other end of the mind still holding on to the body. As a result, all abnormalities start happening. Therefore, before we take up to this dharana, sit quiet and first, this body cannot be me. Then the question comes, who am I? So when the body is not me, then we have detached the identification of the mind from the body, and slowly we are now focusing our attention. Kapalantara is the place where the experiences happen. All the experiences happen in the mind, and the mind is in the head. Manonyasya militalochanaha kramena manaso dardhyat. And this has to be done slowly, steadily, and firmly. The Kapala, here it is said, Lakshe Laksha Uttamam. Think of the highest. Uttamam Laksha. What is the Uttamam Laksha? See, when the word Kapala is used, Ka means Shakti, the energy. Pala means Palayita, the one who is wielding, supporting the energy or the Shakti. So he is none, Pala is none but Shiva. So recognize that the Shiva and the Shakti, they are merging in togetherness in the mind, and the mind thereafter dissolves in the consciousness. And all this is happening in the cranium. One most important caution when you are practicing this kind of thing, please see that no pressure is developed in the Bhrumadhya, in the Agya Chakra, no pressure or tickling is developed in the Brahmarandra. If that is happening, you have not detached your mind from the body. So keep outside. And the body is just looked upon like any other object. With this understanding, now we are closed the eyes and we are outside, and slowly we, as if we have gone out of the body and entered the cranium. And the moment you start feeling that there is some kind of tickling in the bhrumadhya, there is some kind of pressure in the your cranium top, stop immediately. Don't encourage that. I am telling you do this after suffering. So mine is a first-hand suffering experience. Then you start getting headache days together. You can't get out of it. And we imagine, chai meditation, oh, so painful. No. This happens only because the basic error is not corrected. We keep ourselves inside the body and do all these processes. No. Get out and then do it. कपालांतर्मनोन्यस्य तिष्ठन्मीलितलोचनः क्रमेण मनसो दार्ढ्यात्. And thus when the mind has become firm, clear about this, then lakshe uttamam. Now what is the highest? Highest is Shiva Shakti Samavesha. Now be attentive. Shiva Shakti Samavesha means what? The observer and the observed. The seer and the seen. The seen is objective. Objects are subject to change. Therefore, they fall in the purview of Prakriti, matter or Ka. And Pala is the Shiva who is supporting and controlling the Prakriti, the changes. So, when we thus sit and quietly, as if we are inside the head, and thereafter all the modifications, sounds, touches, all the experiences which happen inside also, they are all illuminated, but none of them is able to influence us. When this is practiced, Dardhyat, with firmness after practice for a while, then your experience is not limited by the head, but even like the remaining the body, the head is also dropped. And an experience is like that of the space supporting everything but getting influenced by nothing. In other words, the individual mind merges in the total mind. If you take a small room and if there is some dead rat rotting there, the room will smell so bad. But if the whole world is rotting in the total space, nothing matters. The individual room is the finite, total space infinite. Our infinite mind becomes finite because of identification with the body. The total space has become a room space because of the limitations of the wall. The limitations are the body shape and size. Drop it, then one day you will come to clearly experience this. Body is in the mind, mind is not in the body. Like the room is in the space, in the room there is no space. difficult to understand. It's not difficult. Total space and room space. What is the difference? No difference. Exactly the same. But then why we call it room space? Because our attention is not on the space. Attention is on the walls. Similarly, when our attention is withdrawn from the body identification, the vyakti, the individuality dissolves in the absolute. And like in the space, these walls are imaginary, they are not real. In the same manner, body identification is only an imagination. It is not real. If it was real, we would have never given up our childhood body. It is only after becoming old we talk about. हम भी अगर बच्चे होते नाम हमारा डब्लू बबलू खाने को मिलते लड्डू. But you ask the child is always dreaming that when I am grown up, I will do this. He is fed up of remaining as a child. And oldies are fed up of remaining as the old. So they want to become again young. And therefore they are born again. This is the whole story of body identification. Therefore, kapalantar manonyasya ishtan militalochanaha kramena manasodadya lakshe uttamam. Now, hereafter, the next topic taken is in the 12th dharana, where they talk about various nadis. Now, this nadi is also a very controversial and confusing thing. मध्यनाड़ी मध्य संस्था विष सूत्राभरूपया ध्यातांतर व्योमया दिव्या तया देव प्रकाशते. See, Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi. Chandra Nadi is Ida and Surya Nadi is Pingala. Now, what happens? We keep on imagining Nadi means some kind of thing. So to understand the Nadi in today's world, it is easier. When your phone is connected with the Wi-Fi, where is the Wi-Fi? This दिखता नहीं गया. Exactly the same way. These nadis are energy channels which cannot be perceived, which cannot be known, which cannot be seen. Now, next step. Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi means one channel which is cool, other is hot. Either we are hot or we are cool. We are not balanced. Bhagavan says, Nasa Bhyantara Charinau. Let our breathing be so perfect and slow and shallow that the air is moving within the nostrils only, not going beyond the nostrils. And the result of this, a perfect balance between the Chandra and the Surya Nadi together is called as the Sushumna Nadi. It is not the third. And when they are not balanced, they are separate. And therefore, by the process of pranayama, what is achieved is perfect balancing of these two energy channels. So, Madhya Nadi, Madhya Samstha, it is exactly the center, means the balanced one. Then, Bisa Sutra Varupaya, Dhyaya Antarvyomaya. So, that central channel or the Sushumna Nadi is like the lotus has got its stalk. So in that stalk of the lotus there is a hole, also like a tube. So here something is given for us to hold on to. So in the Sushumna Nadi there is a hole in between. When Sushumna Nadi cannot be seen, doesn't have shape and form, how there can be a hole? But then we accept it. And thereafter, Dhyayantar Vyomaya Divya. And when we thus come to this, now see how complicated and subtle it becomes, so that we can withdraw ourselves from the gross things and then we are focusing. So, your Ida and Pingala, do pranayam properly, balance them, then your Kundalini is awakened, your Sushumna Nadi is awakened, and then it goes through the small palate and then the hard palate, and through the pituitary, it goes straight away to the Brahmarandra. Now this is the data given to us. So we sit down and work on this data. First, did pranayam, then the mind has become relatively quiet. As a result of this, the breathing has become slow and shallow, and then the mind is quieter and quieter. As we become extremely subtle, more subtle than the space, along with the space, the contents of the space are also dropped. So this position, trance space, is entry in the mind. Mind only imagines expanse, and that imagination of the expanse is called as space. When this imagination doesn't touch us, then like the wrinkles having disappeared, the cloth is revealed. So when the body and the space, they are dropped, there is entry in the mind, and in this mind, objectivity being absent, the mind reverts back to its source, the consciousness. An extreme awareness is necessary at this stage, or else the mind, instead of dissolving in the consciousness, goes back to the prakriti, the matter. entry of the mind in the matter is beginning of the sleep. Because neither we have experienced nor we have tried to keep the mind thought free and do not go to sleep. There is only experience. It is not experience of anything. Only knowledge, not knowledge of anything. Only existence, not existence of anything. It is zero effort experience. According to Patanjali, Prayatna Shaithilya is possible by Ananta Samapatti, when the individual merges in the Absolute. In this dharana, if you are developing pressure in your head, anywhere in your body, you are going wrong. You will have constant headache. मध्यनाड़ी मध्य संस्था विषसूत्रा भरूपया ध्यातांतर व्योमया दिव्या तया तया देव प्रकाशते. The next dharana is 13. This is very popular. कररुद्ध दृगस्त्रेण भ्रूभेदात् द्वाररोधनात् दृष्टि बिंदु क्रमालीने तन्मध्ये परमास्थिति. This you all must be knowing also. कररुद्ध दृगस्त्रेण भ्रूभेदात् द्वाररोधनात्. Close all the channels through which you flow out. All the channels are in the head. Close them. How to close? Put your thumbs in your ears, but listen. Don't put. So put your thumbs in your ear, then the index finger, close your eyes. Then with the middle finger, close the nose. And then with the Anamika and the Karishta, close the lips. This is the Kara Ruddha Drugastrena. Now your energy will not be able to flow out of you. It is contained within. Dwara Rodhana, all the doors are closed. Then Drushte Bindau Kramalline. Then you may get, because two fingers are on your eyeballs. So when you put your fingers on the eyeball, there may be, if not, then little bit pressure you put, there is an appearance of a kind of a star-like experience. You press it, some kind of star-like experience comes. That is called a bindu. So drushte bindau kramalline. Then this bindu slowly starts disappearing, and after everything disappears, you still remain. Now this particular thing I have understood and experienced in England. Once I was going evening time from the airport to one ashram in Wales. And on our way, my friend's mother told, instead of reaching the ashram at odd time, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, why don't you stay here for the night and go tomorrow morning? So my friend asked me, Swami, is it okay? I said, okay, no problem. So we went to their house, his mother's house. If you want to see a beautiful, perfect house, see a British house. Very neat and clean. No useless thing hanging everywhere. And she has made a nice bed for me, perfect. And a table next to the bed. Some books were kept. A glass of water was kept. Light was on. So I went and lied down on the bed and then took the book, because when it was kept, I am supposed to read. So I took it. And after 5-10 minutes, they put the book down. Then I wanted to switch off the light, and I could not see where is the switch. I have to get up. And then I was searching for the switch. The light was so bright, as if it entered in my eyes. And after seeing the switch, I switched it off and lied down on the bed, closed the eyes. When eyes were closed, I could see the bright light still there. Then I opened the eyes. Then I could see the street lights. Then again I closed the eyes. Again I saw that light which has entered so deep in my system. And this I did 3-4 times. And Eureka! The one who was illuminating the impressions on the mind, and the one who was illuminating the experiences through the sense organs, is a common person. So he is becoming a waker in the waking without getting the influence of the wakerhood, and he is becoming a dreamer in the dream without suffering the pangs of the dreamer. Therefore, a waker never dreams. A dreamer never wakes up. But on the one common denominator, when the body identification happens, he is called as a waker. When the modifications of the mind is the identification place, then he is called as a dreamer. But in fact, he is supporting both, but none of them. This is what Bhagavan Krishna says. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञानम अपोहनञ्च. I am the very heart of everything and being. And from me only, the Jnanam, waking and waker, Smriti, dream and the dreamer, Apohanam, deep sleep and the deep sleeper, Chakarat, Samadhi and Samadhi is the person. All of them are because of me. This I is worthy of knowing. Sarvaihi Vedaihi Ahameva Vidya. The scriptures clearly, distinctly instruct Vedya worthy of knowing. If there is something worthy of knowing in this world, is this. Who is this? Who is going through good and bad experiences? Then one day by God's grace it clicks that I am miserable as a husband, brother, father, mother, sister, wife. But in fact, I am none of them. When this clicks by God's grace again, then we are with everyone, everywhere, and yet we are with nobody and nowhere. And that is our natural state. We are not creating it. But right in the beginning, Lord Shiva, Bhairava told, but those who are workaholics, for them, yes, you should have a puja, a ghanti bajate raho. But they want to do something, do something. Hey friends, कररुद्ध दृगस्त्रेण भ्रूभेदात् द्वाररोधनात् दृष्टि बिंदु क्रमाल्लीने तन्मध्ये परमा स्थितिः. In this manner, the truth is revealed without any struggle. Whenever we struggle in anything in life, we are going the wrong way. Simple rule. I'll tell you one example. Recently, somebody ordered something for me and it came from Amma Jan. And when it was to be opened, so my friend said, Swamiji, I'll get the scissor, will cut it. I said, no man, don't be destructive. Such a beautifully packed things, open properly. Swamiji, I don't know how to open it. I said, it's not difficult, yaar, you are educated. He tried and he could not. I can't do it. I said, see, first of all, look at it. Think properly. What could be the way it must have been packed? And then the transparent sellotape on the transparent, you don't see them. They merge so much. And when we slowly found it out and removed it, without breaking the package, perfectly it came out. Whenever you struggle, you are going the wrong way. If you are struggling in meditation, you are going the wrong way. If you are struggling in understanding, you are going the wrong way. See, therefore, Bindu Shikha, next one is, this is the 14th one. Dhamanta Kshobha Sambhuta Sukshmagni Tilaka Kritim Bindum Shikhante Hrudaye Layante Dhyayato Veha. Dhamanta. Dhama means this, our Murdha. Dhamanta Kshobha Sambhuta Sukshma Agni Tilaka Kritim. See? At the top of the crown, there is the fire of life. And this fire of life looks like a .com on your forehead. Tilakakrutim.com. Tilakakrutim. Then Bindu Shikhante Hrudaye Layante. Now this light or the dot, slowly it will migrate from wherever it is, towards the skin of the cranium. From there it will reach the root of the tuft of hair. From there it will march ahead through the tuft of the hair and reach the end of the hair tip, and from there it will merge in the absolute. In these dharanas, if you observe what exactly is being achieved, our mind is trained to drop the gross and slowly make the subtle as the object to such an extent that the mind becomes so subtle that it disappears. This is the technique. It is something like from the wave you go to the ocean, from the ocean you go to the water, or directly from the wave go to the water. So wave is born, wave grows, wave fights with other waves, and ultimately wave dies. This is the biography of a wave. From there you go to the ocean. Ocean is not born, ocean doesn't grow, ocean doesn't die. From there you go to the water. In water there is neither the ocean nor the waves. This subtle understanding is a process of meditation. What happens when we are standing near the ocean? Our attention is on the ocean. As a result, the attention is on the waves. As a result, waves cover the ocean. So we are seeing the ocean, but we are talking about the waves. Next step. We are seeing the water, we call it as a ocean. So where are the oceans and where are the waves? They are in our head. In fact, it is only the water. In the same manner, somebody is good, somebody is bad, it is in our head. Somebody is near, somebody is dear, it is in our head. This is so important thing to recognize. One example I'll give you. Suppose he hates me. He doesn't. Example, he hates me. I don't know. So when you see a person whom you hate, what happens to you and to the person to whom you hate? You suffer. Subh subh aa gaya. And I don't know he is hating me. How are you? अरे यार नदी का रहा है. See? So everything is happening only in your mind. And that poor fellow doesn't know. The day you understand this principle, you have learned this Vijnana Bhairava. when Layla Majnu were in love, so the Layla's father told ultimately to Majnu, "Hey, Mr. Majnu, you are so smart, so handsome, and this Layla is so ugly, not beautiful at all. Why are you running after her? You can get someone better." Majnu uvacha. Majnu said, "To see the beauty of Layla, you require the eyes of Majnu." That is what he said. The beauty is in the eyes of... No. The beauty is in the eyes of the beer holder, not the beholder. Friends, everything is in your mind, man. Take care of this dumb thing. Manasam tu kim margane krute naiva manasam. That mind which doesn't exist, that is troubling us. You must have seen some WhatsApp clips come. There was one child and he saw his own shadow and he was afraid, he was running, the shadow also following him, and he fell down, the shadow also fell down. He was crying. Now what can you do to that child? That which is not is making us miserable. And we are the slaves of that dumb mind. See? And we want to live with full mind, completely dumb. Transcend the mind. See? But these days, this is a very big word, mindfulness. The spelling they are written wrong. You should be mind FOOLness. Mind can be full if it exists. Mind is not. You are the reality. Mind comes and goes. Like the waves are not ocean. Ocean is not water. Therefore, Dhamanta Kshobha Sambhuta Sukshma Agni Tilaka Kritim. Sukshma Agni Tilaka, like a spark, on the forehead. Then, Bindu Shikhante Hrudaye Layante Dhyayato Layaha. So slowly you start reducing the size of that Bindu which you are imagining, and by imagination anything can be created. That is the power of the mind. Don't we do this? All our dreams are nothing but the power of the mind. All kinds of dreams, good and bad. In the dream, our mind creates the object of enjoyment, the enjoyer of the object, and the enjoyment of the object. All the three things are nothing but the mind itself. So when the mind can create such a big, huge dream, the same mind engage in this thing to be divine. That I am divine. No, but people call me a fool. Never mind, I am a foolish divine. But don't leave the divine. See? But we have been taught the other way around. Papoham, papa karmaham, suffer. Nobody can help you. Therefore, making the mind subtle to such an extent that it disappears. And this particular state of the seeker is indicated in the Vedanta Shastra in a very different way. There is the essential self, called technically as Mukhyatma. Then, after body identification, the one who is born, he is called as Mithyatma. Because, why Mithya? Which body you are? The baby body. The teenage body, the middle-aged body, which body you are? And where the bodies have gone? See? No, sometime I am a baby, sometime I am a Baba. Doom. Therefore, first is Mukhyatma, second is the Mithyatma, and thereafter, after body identification, is the Gaunatma, secondary one. Secondary one is the waker, and he has to conduct the business of his life. Whatever role he has to play, he has to play. That one who is playing different roles, he is called as the Vyavaharik Jiva. Because he has to conduct the business of Vyavaharik Jiva. And what is the story of the Vyavaharik Jiva? He will have joy, sorrow, loss, gain, friends, enemy, victory, defeat, and he'll keep on suffering. This is what we are all, Vyavaharik Jiva. Then, that Vyavaharik Jiva is living within the lower three chakras. Then one day, by God's grace, he goes to Bombolim camp and comes to realize, yaar, I have wasted my whole life. Really, there is nothing to worry. We all suffer only because of this small little error. As a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, don't suffer. Only act. Suffering is because we react. When you do acting, you never suffer. See, all the cinema actors, they never suffer. But when they start reacting, they commit suicide. Don't react, only act in life. So this Vyavaharik Jiva, he now starts acting in life. Meaning what? He doesn't get disturbed what people say. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. छोड़ो बेकार की बातें, अपने मस्ती में रहना. Otherwise, our life will be impossible. Then this Vyavaharik Jiva is doing the business of his life like you are all Vyavaharik Jiva. Then, one day by God's grace, the satsanga comes in your way. And then, you are no more disturbed because of the worldly things, gains and loss. Now you have started working on your mind, you have entered in your Anahata Chakra, then a seeker is born. Now take the whole picture. In the dream, there is a dream I, dream Jiva, Pratibhasik Jiva. In the waking, waker is a Vyavaharik Jiva. Now when the dream is over and a new Vyavaharik Jiva is born, what is his attitude towards the gain and loss for the dreamer? Come on, it was just a dream. He has gone through all those experiences but doesn't get disturbed. If this is clear, now next step. A Vyavaharik Jiva, good and bad experiences, when they stop disturbing you, then a seeker is born, and that is Paramarthik Jiva. Now he has taken the path of Paramartha. See, my friends, now what we have to do to reject all the good and the bad aspects of the dream when we are awake? Do nothing. But there are people, they bring the dream also in the waking. Manji had a very bad dream, One huge cobra came and climbed on my body when I was sleeping and straight away caught hold of my jugular vein. I don't know how did he know, and he pulled it out and started drinking the blood like Coca-Cola. Now what will happen? I said, that is my question. Is the snake still alive? After drinking your blood, I don't think anybody can survive. You always make fun of me. What will happen? Then I know, Bakra mil gaya. Bakri Eid ka time aa gaya. Once I was somewhere, that time the Bakri Eid. Their question, Swamiji, why this is called a Bakri Eid? Come on, I am not Muslim, I don't know. No, you know everything. Please tell. And because on Bakri Eid, they sacrifice Bakra. Therefore, Bakri is happy. Mar gaya. All your mind, man. There is nothing in this world. Becoming so serious. See, there are some people, they feel ashamed to be happy. Always, the face is as if consume a handful of caterpillar. We are created only to express happiness. So as the Vyavaharik Jiva, the waker, doesn't get influenced by whatever happened to the dreamer, exactly the same way, the Paramarthik Jiva, the seeker of the truth, doesn't get influenced to what is happening, what people will say. Okay, let them say, yaar, why you worry? We see most of the people suffer only on account of this. Log kya kahenge? First time when I was going to USA, there was one girl in Bombay only. And she came with me to leave me on the airport. And she said, Swamiji, I want to tell you something. If you don't mind. I said, no, tell. You are going to USA, then you are going with this lungi and shirt and khada. All people will be looking at you. Look so weird. I said, exactly, this is what I want. People should look at me. When you are ashamed of your own being, even God cannot help you. Whatever we are, we are. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. And the second thing, log kya kahenge? They have got better things to look. Who is looking at you? But we only, if I go, what people will say? They will say, hey honey, you are looking like a kabutar. Get out of all these dumb things. Relax. Try these two things. One, don't try to prove anything to anybody. If you are from Maharashtra, you call a Maharashtrian that you are a fool, you are a murkha. Maharashtrians get angry. Then, I am Mahamurkha. But then it's okay. Everything Maha. So, like the dreamer's good and bad experiences don't bother the waker, in the same manner, waker's good and bad experiences do not bother the seeker of truth. If the world is disturbing us every now and then, we have not entered even on the path of spiritual life. Be yourself. Don't have to prove anything to anybody. And second thing, don't try to justify anything. Actually, I was coming, but what happened? Did anybody ask you, why are you telling? Even if you don't come, doesn't matter. But we keep on unnecessarily. This is how our personality becomes stronger and stronger. Therefore, these are the stages through which we slowly come out and then merge in the absolute. Like what? From the dreamer, we came to the waking, we are expanded. From the waker, we have come to the seeker, we are still expanded. And when the seeker merges in the absolute, he has ultimately attained. After that, play the game of life. You don't die. Play the game of life. Then the things will be same, the people will be same, the situations will be same, but now your attitude of interacting with the world will completely change. And then the people will start telling, hey, what happened? You are different. One example I'll give and close. There is one Amma. And she asked me, Swamiji, now my children are all married and everybody, so I am free. Now I am thinking of joining some ashram. I want your blessings. I said, I'll give you blessing, but not for joining ashram. Why? I said, what will you do? I will do seva. I said, you and seva. You have got 10 servants in your house. Your seva is ordering everybody. You have never lifted a glass of water with your own hand. What seva will you do there? Oh, Swami, that is true. Then I said, okay, I'll tell you. You take any of my lecture series. In English, okay, take English. Listen, write down. Listen, write down. Do the DTP. And send it to me. And she started doing it. When again I went to their house, and I was in the kitchen wanting to get something, there are 3, 4, 5 servants. They told me, Swamiji, yes, what jadoo you have done? I said, what happened? Bibiji has changed so much. She is not the same. Completely changed. One day, she became little irritated. Her mother-in-law said, Bahu, are you not writing Swamiji's lectures? See, friends, the spiritual evolution happens when the change starts happening in us. We don't realize, others realize. Like when a girl becomes mature, comes to puberty, she doesn't know. It is others start knowing it. Hey, now she is a grown-up girl. Exactly. Spiritual evolution happens in this manner. Slow, steady, and the right time. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.